Loud, Nerdly TV, nerdly.co.uk, your favourite British website for news, reviews, and exclusive interviews. And we're still in Romford. We're still at the Romford Film Festival. Romford, it's still really good to be inside you. And I am with director A.D. Cooper, whose short movie we just showed, Putting Away? No, Playing Away. You did Put Away. Yes. Yeah. So you're like becoming pretty much a bit of a regular at the festival.
This is my fourth outing.
And how does that?
Well, you just get such a lovely welcome. It's great.
Yeah, we're all really nice here, I think.
Yeah.
It's only my second year down, but I remember your last two films. Two of the films that I've seen that you've had was Odds and Put Away, and now we've got this one as well, which is I really liked. It was really nice, light-hearted affair. We've got some real powerful, strong, kind of deep things. So coming across your little shot was a lovely shot to watch. And we'll get into that in a second. But first of all, let's step back a little bit because this is the first time I've spoken to you properly. And tell me a little bit about AD and how you got into the filmmaking industry and why the hell you would do it.
Well, I'm from a copywriting background. So over many years, I've overseen a lot of radio commercials, television commercials, that kind of thing. And you are kind of remotely directing because the director is turning to you and saying, "Is that what you want?" And I have to then turn to my client and say, "Is that what you want?" I got left some money in 2009 by a very dear uncle, and I thought, I'll just spend it making a film.
Nice.
So I made a film, and a lot of people helped me make it. I had a very comparatively sweaty budget. So I thought, now I can do this. And then I found as time went on, the more films I made, the more I realized how much I've been helped, how much I had handheld, and how little I knew. And even though I was trying to make them on quite a regular basis, the technology was leaping ahead. So you think, well, I understood that, and you do that in post. No, that's so last year. So it was really hard to keep up with the tech. And so I've now made quite a long string of drama, documentary, poetry films, music videos.
There's no real way to specify what genre you like to live in. You don't like to be put in a box, do you, with your projects?
I want to make you laugh, make you cry, or make you go, oh.
Or all at the same time.
All at the same time. I don't want you to come away from a film going, what?
Right.
And I think if you get bored in a short, if you get bored within a minute, it's not a successful short.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
You need to crack on, hit the ground running. So get intrigue, or hit them hard right from the off.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I'm actually.
And what kind of things sort of inspired you when you were moving into the filmmaking? What kind of things were you looking towards? Like, that's the kind of thing I want to do. I like a bit of that. What kind of things inspired you?
All sorts. I find inspiration in the strangest places. It might be a single image. It might be something I've seen on it. The funniest things come to you if I'm trying to crack an idea. I'm also a screenwriter and teach screenwriting. But quite often, if I'm stuck on a story, if I go and watch someone else's film, within about 10 minutes, it's like you release the glue it up, and you suddenly realize that what you need is this, or you'll see something in a film and like, oh, no, that'd be great, but if I took that and put it with that, and then put a bit of this in the middle, so the inspiration is everywhere.
Oh yeah. And what's your favorite aspect of it? Because it sounds like you've done a little bit of everything, and you're learning as you go, kind of thing. But what is your absolute favorite aspect of filmmaking?
I think sitting in a cinema, listening to other people react appropriately to the work you may have spent 6-9 months doing, and when you hear the reaction, it's so pleasing, so satisfying. And then if it goes on to win awards, better. But that's kind of extra bumps.
And pulling away. How playing away, pulling away, put away, playing away. Playing away. Where did this one come from? Where did this movie come from? And what was the kernel for you?
Well, it came from a script competition. So I didn't write this. This for me was a novel experience because I didn't write it. Whereas normally I write the stuff that I film. So Film Expo South, which is an organisation that includes Film Dorset and Film Hampshire, ran a script competition that anyone in the world could enter. And I was one of the judges on it.
Mhm.
And then we got it down to about 4, but it was really, really hard. Some of them were unspeakable. They were so odd. But fascinating read nonetheless. We got down to 4, and then we all decided that this was the winner by a sort of majority. And I then donated a sponsored the script editor. So I was really well with the script and gave him little things of, I didn't understand this, do we need a beat here, do we need something that just made it all the script is now. Then as time went on, the whoever won the script competition, the film got made, that was the prize.
All right, okay.
And we got a copy of the final draft and something else, I can't remember what now. And I kind of got foisted with doing the direction, because the producer rang up and said, "Oh, I've just had somebody on the phone who she didn't like particularly, saying that he wanted to direct the winning script."
Okay.
And I said, "I've told him you're doing it, all right?"
That's weird.
Yeah. Everyone got paid 150 quid. I think my fee went quite early on to a gap. I can't remember, but anyway, so I just paid my way and paid my petrol, so it's up and down to Hampshire. And then ended up co-producing as well, because of lots of things that the producer was doing, didn't realise that she had to do. So I ended up co-producing.
And did you cast your 2 leads? Because these two, your 2 leads, the old man, the old lady, are absolutely, if you don't mind me saying, adorable. Chemistry was fantastic. Where did you come with these guys?
Casting director. Mandy Steele's the casting director.
So did you have anything to do with that, or was that
I wrote a casting brief.
And what was it about these 2 that made you go, yeah, that's them?
One was the fact that Derek came with a heritage of, didn't even know he was still alive. Said, I remember him from back in the day, and he's done an enormous amount of really, really good theatre and television, film and film work. And we kind of got man, but then, oh no, that's no good. So that was one of the things. We wanted someone that was someone everyone would go, recognize immediately. At one point, we did have a very well-known actress, but once we cast Derek, she decided she didn't want to. She didn't think he wasn't her idea of the character.
All right, okay.
So she withdrew, and we got lovely Rowena, and they got on famously. And I don't think they met. I don't think we had any rehearsals. I don't think we met before.
Not at all until the next shooting.
The day before.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
And in the end, it got to the point where they got on so well that when it came to like, we need you on set now, he'd go, no, I'm just in the middle of the story. Could you put the story on hold? We need you to go on. And he was absolutely wonderful. They were both lovely. She was so cold in that little dress, because it was a May. We shot in May, and it was bright, but it was blisteringly cold. And she never complained. You can see the goose pimples.
Yeah.
And we would wrap her up in blankets between shots, but she was so cold, poor thing.
And how many takes did it get for you getting them to climb out the windows?
Well, we did it many times, but he's 75.
Yeah, that's why I'm asking the question. It was just sort of like how old the guy is. You've got him climbing in and all. I was like,
well, that was the thing. When Steve first wrote the script, they were in their sort of 18.
Yeah.
I said, you're not going to get an actor who's fit enough to do that, and we'll end up with having to cart them off to hospital. And you've got to bring the age down. So we actually put down to 70s, but Derek's 75 and agile and can dance.
Yeah.
And can do pratfalls. So we were very lucky in that. But yes, the age was a considerable consideration. Yeah.
In terms of sitting there today in the cinema watching it, and like you say, the main goal is that people are laughing at the right moments, they're feeling the way they're supposed to feel at the right moments. What was your proudest thing sat there watching it and seeing it up on the big screen? I know you could probably tell me everything that's wrong with it. All creatives can. Or what were you sitting there thinking, yeah, we smashed that. That looks amazing.
Well, when it's played at a big cinema, you can hear all the sound stuff.
Yeah.
And which you can't always hear on laptop speakers or little headphones or whatever. Suddenly you can hear all the layers and layers and layers that John Wood put in of creating sheep and dogs and using sound. We did record sound, so you get all the coughs, giggles and so forth. But there are certain things we added that were about the noise that wakes her up from when they're sitting on the bench, which is that sort of doppelganger sort of
Right. Okay. Yeah.
And we didn't have him going, oh, so there's lots of stuff we added enriched it, and just to hear the layers of sound, that was really fun. There's also a howling continuity glitch that you're expecting every time, but can't be wrong with that.
You can't really fix it in post now, can you?
No, I haven't got the budget anyway, so it's fine.
And what do you hope people take away when they watch this short movie, when they leave the cinema after having watched your short? And I'm saying your short because I don't want to mess up the name again. Playing Away. I'll get there in the end. Yeah. I'll always get there in the end. So, what do you hope people walk out and it resonates and they take away with them?
I think that don't imagine that old people lose their sense of fun and lose their sense of joie de vivre and the whole kind of being naughty. One of the questions I said to the writer said, why don't they just walk out the door? And then he just went, well, what would be the fun in that?
Exactly.
So, and you don't want anybody climbing out the window. Are they thieves? Are they, what's going on? So it immediately intrigues you.
You do kind of sit there because I was sort of like, is he escaping because the real husband's coming home? Yeah. Or?
You never know, but at least you're asking questions.
Yeah.
Because if two people walking out the door, I don't.
Yeah.
So
I'm with you there. I'm with you there. What's next?
What's next? I've just done an application for BFI funding.
Excellent.
36 pages of diversity balanced questions.
Okay.
Where you have every aspect of the film now has to fill the criteria in terms of age, gender, orientation, disability, and that takes a lot of thinking through.
So it has to include all of those things, or just
you have to tick a lot of boxes.
Wow.
You have to assess everything under those.
Okay.
So are you employing people outside of London? Are you employing?
Right. Okay. I get that.
Local talent, local services, all that sort of stuff. Because it's a bit boring to go somewhere and take everything from when you could just as easily employ local. And you have to think about ecology. What's green Albert initiatives you're doing, all of this.
Can't just run out with the camera nowadays, can you?
So just done that, literally, and I've just been to Cannes. I've
nice.
got two features I'm trying to sell. One's a sports feature, one's a supernatural thriller.
Okay.
I'm also working on helping develop a kids animated sitcom.
So quite a few different.
Well, you just have to keep a lot of plates spinning because you never know one of them goes.
Yeah.
I think the sports one is we're just putting together a sizzle reel at the moment. We've got someone helping us package it. So
excellent.
Hopefully we'll find its way.
And on that, keep many plates spinning, and you've got to keep things going. If you could give any young filmmaker, because we get young people coming to the festival that come in to watch to see because they want to get involved, they want to see how it all works. If you could give any kind of advice, one thing that you've learned over the years, what would it be?
Go out and make films. I wish I'd had even a camera phone or something when I was a young person, because I would have gone out and made films. So just go out and make films. Learn how to tell stories, and watch films with the subtitles on, so you can actually see the form of the script, and it'll really inform both how the actor delivers the line, but also you can see the line for real.
Mm-hmm.
So all those things, go out and make just I teach at various universities, and they'll say, "Oh, I'm going to show you." So, why not? You've got all this lovely equipment. Go out and play. Go and just noodle.
We've got a few films this year, kind of along those same lines. We had one by Mark Forrest. I'm here. He decided that he was no longer going to be sat in the crowd in the audience. He wanted to have a movie out there, so he gave himself a year, gave himself 5 rules. Just get it made, got it made. We've got one on later on today. It's like a thriller. It was on yesterday. Paralysis, which was all shot on an iPhone. It's like a 1 hour, 40-minute movie shot on an iPhone, So I'd say I like that. I like that a lot.
Yeah, get on. Don't stop talking about it. But also learn story structure. Beginning, middle, end. people have made film stories for 2,000-3,000 years, then they need a beginning, middle, and end so that the audience goes with them.
Excellent. So I'm going to wrap it up a little bit there. First of all, what is your favourite movie of all time?
Ooh,
Nice, easy one to finish.
probably it's the film that I remember first,
Mhm.
which is a 1942 film called Random Harvest.
All right.
And it's very curious. It's about a World War I amnesia
Right.
who marries and settles down, and then one day has an accident, gets his memory back.
I like that.
Very,
I'll look
very
that one. I can honestly have not seen it, so I'll look it out. Absolutely. I'm all about films.
Yeah. It gets a bit melodramatic towards the end, but it's very good.
Before I wrap out, though, please let people know who are watching or listening, or if you can let them know where they can find you, find your project, find your work. Just wrap out there.
You can find my Vimeo channel, which is just AD Cooper, all run together. That's video.com. Or you can go to Films, which is my film company, and Hirsch is the old English word for hedge.
I did one because I kept it on the top of the poster. It's interesting. You know what I mean?
From the same group.
Right. Excellent.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for submitting Playing Away to us this year. Thank you for coming back. It's great to see you again. Like we haven't had a proper chat before, but I did see you last year, and it's good to see returning filmmakers at the festival. That's what we want.
Thank you for choosing us again.
Yeah, it was good. We loved it. It was a nice, quirky little, just two old people. We loved it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks, Kevin.